I just picked up this lens right here, and not because of who you think.
18mm.
No, not because of Maddie. You see, I shoot a lot of real estate, and often that requires a very wide lens. And if you have the A7 IV, well, let me show you. This is my lens of choice for real estate and wide shots in general. It's the 1635 F4. And if you want to shoot 4K 60 and slow it down with the A7 IV, that 16 actually becomes 24. But if we change this lens out for the 10 to 18, this same shot becomes wider. Now, rewind. Fully aware of the fact that my fly is open right here. Does it matter? No. Is it going to get pointed out in the comments? Yes. You back to where you at, we'll do that same shot again. So now, with the 10 to 18, we get a much wider field of view. Yes, this is an APS-C lens, but it works just fine. All APS-C lenses will work just fine on full frame. You just might have a bit of vignetting. But with the one crop on the active stabilization, you can pretty much use this at 12mm. This is the 1635 F4, again at 1.5 times crop, so it's not as wide. This is actually a 24. And then this is the 10 to 18, also in crop mode, but it is a lot wider because it's a 10. Here's a real world example of exactly what I mean. For real estate, you want things to be very, very smooth. So I might do a shot where I'm coming back like this, and then you just reveal a corner of a wall here, or a door frame, or something like that, just to show movement. That shot might only be 2 seconds long, and you can now actually make it 4 seconds long. That's why 4K 60 is important. So if I show you a shot here, and I know it's already not wide enough, but just for example here, so that's the one shot there. I'm not feeling it on the 16, which is 24. Let's change to the 10 to 18. Look now how the shot differs, how it's much wider, and you'll see what I mean. You can just get much, much, much more in the frame, and it's a much more pleasing shot. Something I actually use for real estate. This is gonna look like I'm coming from so far away, but realistically it's like 15 feet. So the lens is at 10mm and I don't have active stabilization turned on, so we're not getting that little 0.1 crop. And I can see on the edge of the frame, I can't reach it. I have to stand right over here to reach it, but there's black borders either side. That's because it's an APS-C lens on a full frame sensor. That's why you have those black bits around the edge. But if we add the active stabilization crop on, so this is now with the 0.1x crop on there from the active stabilization, and there's still the black lines around the outside, but we can zoom in a little bit to about there, and they're mostly, what are we at there? Just past 12, probably between 12 and 13, and they're mostly gone now, and I'm so close to the edge. So you can see, this is how close I am to the camera, and this is how wide it looks still. Out to 10, that's how close I am and how wide it looks from the side there. Kind of crazy, really. What I'm trying to say through this video, this is a very viable option as a lens, an APS-C lens that will work fine for full frame. And this video is just trying to prove that to you and demo it to you with a variety of different tests in case that wasn't obvious. Let's do some more. Get me exposure right. Plus 1.3. All right, let's get this back into where we'd actually use it. What about now at the edges of the frame? Well, I can't see that side, so probably not a good place to stand. What about over here? Oh yeah, there's some weird distortion going on. What about at the top? It's actually not too bad at the top. What about the bottom? I mean, it's usable, especially in the middle. Not too bad at all. There's your vlogging angle. Because it's such a tiny lens, you can do your little dramatic zoom in, zoom outs, just directly on the lens with 2 fingers. How about the autofocus? Does it work? Does it work from back here with me and my eye? It looks like it is on the screen. Pop that back there. Transition speed is at 4. So you're gonna see live how it works. If I come in the frame there, nice big close up of my spot. Yeah, still in my eye. That's good. Out of frame, lens, back in the frame. Completely unscientific test, but it still shows you it working. So yeah, the Sony 10 to 18 on the A7 IV. Great little setup there for getting in those nice wide 4K 60 shots if you need them. That is actually it fully extended. So that's at 10mm there, and then that is at 18mm. pretty tiny, compact little setup there. Even with the lens hood on, that's as big as it gets. Because that actually extends so little, that's going to be pretty useful if you wanted to balance this on a gimbal as well, which obviously I'm going to be doing, shooting real estate with this. Part of the reason I was so interested in this one is because there isn't anything else out there. I mean, I've pulled up everything here to show you what the other options would be. You could get the 12 to 24, and even though the crop at 1.5 times, that's going to be an 18mm, so that's no good, and that's also $3,000 US. You got the Samyang 12mm f2 autofocus, which is an APS-C lens, 18mm again, so no good for that. You also have the TD Artisan's 11mm, and I believe that, yeah, that's in manual focus, and so 11 times, what is that, 1.5? You're looking at 16.5, so that's a bit better, but then it's manual, but that's probably the most budget-friendly option at $215, and then you have the Tamron 11 to 20 f2.8 at $829, and that's also APS-C, remember, so 11, you're looking at 16.5, and at that point, you may as well just get what we talked about today, the 10 to 18 F4. You can see it's extremely well-reviewed there, $898, and in actual fact, if we search Sony 10 to 18, I bet there's some used ones right now. $735 used if you wanted to go ahead and grab this, and that's about what I paid. That is a 10, good as new, and mine was a 10 as well. So B&H used, you can get yourself a steal of a deal, $100 off, $150 off pretty much. 10 to 18mm f4, don't sleep on this lens if you need something wide. I think today we've proved that it is completely fine on full frame cameras. APS-C lenses in general will work great on full frame for certain things. That's that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. What do you think, Coop? How do you look nice and close? You a bit distorted? Hey buddy? A little bit. Not too bad though, are you? Kobe? Are you distorted? You could care less. You just want to lick that pillow, you weirdo.